Welcome back for another video. In this series we look at the top players with predicted points to make your transfer plans and captaincy easier. Make data-backed decisions to maximise your chance of success. We also cover all the key talking points, considerations, and we look at the top players by position. We've also included the predicted points for the next 4 game weeks because we don't just want a player to have an immediate impact, we want them to be reliable for us longer term. Let's start with the goalkeepers, and it's a small double game week for Chelsea and Man United, so Mendy and De Gea are top this game week. Despite leading the table, they both look like avoids. In Chelsea's case, there's at least 3 outfield players you'd rather use the Chelsea spot on. It's also not out of the question for Tuchel to use Kepa sparingly at some point, as he has done before. Man United's double is Arsenal away and Chelsea at home, so De Gea is an avoid too, and they blank in Gameweek 37. They held Norwich to a 3-2 win at home, so they look like a trusted source for clean sheets. Ederson and Alisson are in the same boat as Mendy, where there's a variety of outfield players you'd rather consider before spending on a premium keeper. This is Newcastle's last reasonable fixture until Gameweek 38, so Dubravka's an avoid too. Newcastle don't have any more doubles and they have to face Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal before facing Burnley on the last day. Next up, the defenders, and Reece James is top with 7.9 predicted points. Over the next 4, only Trent has high predicted points among all defenders. It's a double game week for Chelsea, this game week and in 36. The FA Cup final does come 3 days after the second of Chelsea's double game week 36 game, which is against Leeds, but it shouldn't be enough to deter you from considering Chelsea assets. However, rotation to be expected at some point. Alonso has re-emerged as a high-risk, high-reward punt after starting the last couple for Chelsea, including a 13-pointer in the 6-0 win against Southampton. Rudiger is the low-risk, low-reward pick, albeit he sets you back 0.7 mil more than Alonso. Shaw's injury suffered a setback and he could miss the remainder of the season, but Telles is an avoid for the same reason as De Gea. If you're on a wildcard, the ideal back line could consist of 2 double-ups from Chelsea, Liverpool or Man City. For example, Trent, Robertson, James, Laporte and Cancelo. It's expensive, but a back 5 might be optimal for the remainder considering the value they offer on paper. And plenty of affordable mids to help with budgeting. Trent has 6.3 predicted points for the Merseyside derby where Liverpool host Everton on Sunday. Considering his high ownership and the fixtures, the Trent and Robbo double-up remains a very strong option. This season, Trent and Robbo are 1st and 4th for expected goal involvement among all defenders. This week, Robertson and Van Dijk narrowly miss out to the City duo Cancelo and Laporte, who face Watford at home. If you found this video useful so far, please consider liking it and subscribing to support the channel. Onto the midfielders, and Salah's top with 8.2 predicted points, narrowly ahead of Mount and Havertz who have the double game week. For many, the big decision is Mount or Havertz. There's little to separate them, though one factor to consider is their formation change the last couple of games, where Havertz has played slightly wider, as opposed to the central striker earlier in the season, and Mount and Werner have occupied a more central position. Mount looks slightly safer for minutes and he'd be my pick, but if you can't get the double up he looks very strong, and you have the option to shift one on in Game Week 36 or 37 if need be. Crystal Palace and Aston Villa are among those doubling in Game Week 37, so Zaha and Coutinho could be easy switches. Bruno, Sancho and Elanga all look avoids now. Game Week 33 was the time to consider them with the expected back-to-back doubles, but you would say the boat has sailed and the Bruno money is better spent on De Bruyne, who has 6.2 predicted points and a double to be confirmed in either Game Week 36 or 37. Although Mane appears slightly above De Bruyne, the concern is his minutes. Diaz, Jota and Firmino are all capable of taking minutes from him. Onto the forwards, and Ronaldo is top with 9 predicted points for the double. He of course shared some devastating news on social media this week, having lost his newborn son. He missed Man United's last game against Liverpool, and you'd fully understand if he misses more games to be with his family, so our thoughts go out to Ronaldo. Tottenham had the worst of the double game week fixture pairings in Game Week 36, but we need to be careful not to look for an excuse to sell Kane just for the sake of it, as either side of the double Spurs have outstanding games, facing Brentford, Leicester, Burnley and Norwich. A hot topic this week is whether to consider Werner or not. He's had a recent resurgence in form, and over the last 4 game weeks no player has higher than his 2.86 non-penalty XG. Chelsea's favoured front 3 looks like Werner, Mount and Havertz, and he happens to cost the same as Lacazette, who missed Arsenal's last game, and this week he said he's considering leaving for Champions League football. I would rate Mount and Havertz as better picks, but at 2% ownership he's a huge differential if you're looking for a punt. The boat has sailed with Wood, with Newcastle's double gaming out of the way, but Pukki's an excellent budget forward to consider. He's been ticking along recently with 4 goals and 2 assists in his last 6. Norwich face Newcastle home this game week and they double in Game Week 36 too. Mateta's another budget forward to consider. Crystal Palace have an excellent run of games all the way to the end of the season and they double in Game Week 37 against Aston Villa and Everton. Tony's also in great form with 6 goals and 2 assists in his last 6. Although Brentford won't get any more doubles, they finished the season with the final 3 games with Southampton, Everton and Leeds, so Tony's one to keep on the watch list once the next 2 are out of the way. It's been reported that he's not happy at Brentford, so if he's looking for a summer transfer, he'll want to finish the season particularly strong. That wraps up today's video, thanks for watching. Before you go, please drop it a like if you found it useful. I read every comment, so leave one below and I'll be sure to read it.